been the Lord who was on our side. Now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick. When their wrath was kindled against us, then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be YAHAWAH, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, who made heaven and earth. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory and reverence to our power, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. YAHAWAH is our Heavenly Father. YAHAWASHI is His only begotten Son. To the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, say Shalom. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Next, double honors to the elders, the bishops of the great millstone, the one who taught me this truth according to the Bible. Peace and blessings to you and your family, to the hopeful elect of Israel, to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, greetings. Just want to thank the Most High, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson and for putting the Spirit upon me to do this lesson. Just an article here popped on my feed earlier this morning. It's out of RT News. And it says, U.S. and Ukraine at odds over counter-offensive tactics. Washington is reportedly frustrated with Kiev reluctance to follow its advice in the conflict with Russia. In the beginning of this whole battle, it's always maintained, we always said, prophets always said it's a proxy war for the United States. Now you're seeing the truth is coming out. Washington is reportedly frustrated with the Kiev reluctance to follow its advice in the conflict with Russia. Let's go into a little bit here. American officials are frustrated with the Ukraine's reluctance to accept their advice on how to conduct counteroffensive against Russian forces, the Wall Street Journal reported on Thursday. The newspaper claimed it was still not too late for Kiev to follow instructions from Washington and to realize the training that tens of thousands of Ukrainian troops have received from NATO nations. According to the Washington State Journal sources, the U.S. believes that the amount of Western military aid sent to Ukraine is enough to breach Russian defenses, although the window of opportunity is closing. These nations have poured millions on top of millions on top of millions of dollars into Ukraine. They have put the state-of-the-art F-16 jets with nuclear capabilities and all the expensive weaponry, guns and tanks and drones and everything. Now they're having a conflict because Washington doesn't like the way how Zelensky is running the show at the end of the day. Book of Mark 3:25, it says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. When these kingdoms are coming up against each other and they have their disagreements, they'll be at odds. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Just yesterday in the news as well, the leader of the Wagner group, Pogosy, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but the leader of the Wagner group, that's the Russian contract military they use. It was all over the news where he was killed in a plane crash. Now the reports are slowly coming out that it's possibly linked to They say possibly linked to Russian doing it, but whoever is behind it, whether it's Russia, whether it's Washington, whether whatnot. But recently, the head of the Wagner group also had a disagreement with Putin. So once again, if a house is divided, if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. And this is what we're seeing. This is the Lord's movie. This is the Lord's script. You know, and I say we, speaking for myself first as a man, we just need deliverance from this place, because this is nothing but destruction. Everything is about war. We are looking forward to the righteous kingdom in the heavens, in the kingdom. We are looking forward to the righteous kingdom which dwelleth on this earth. Okay, so this is just all part of the Lord's script. It is His movie. That's why we got to continue praying on YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, keeping us in the faith. You know, and then in the time of all this destruction, we say in the time of wrath, please have mercy on us. Right? We have to know that. That's why we have to have the names, right? The right name to call upon in those times, and we got to keep mentioning the Lord's name every day, because this is what is in the Bible. It was prophesied for us to do. You know, a day that mentioned the Lord. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 62, starting at verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, Israel, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. Okay, this is what we're hoping for. All these kingdoms were given a time to rule. Their time is at the end. You know, it says, they that make mention of the Lord keep not silence. Let's go to the next verse. This is why. And give him no rest till he establish, and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Right now, we're not look as anything. We're look at the, you know, they give us all kind of names. They look down upon us. We don't look like anything like to these people. They don't regard us as anything. It always seems like a lot of Americans to this day are still asking for reparations to what was happened to the children of Israel hundreds and hundreds of years, and still continue, and still no reparations. All these other nations got their reparations, even that stuff that didn't happen on the American soil. They still got their reparation. But you see, we're not counted as nothing. But the Lord has a very interesting sense of humor. Okay, he's very balanced. He's very balanced. Let's go to the book of Matthew 26. No, sorry, Matthew 20 verse 16. Salaki. He says, "So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few are chosen." That is for the elect now. See what it says? So the last shall be first, and the first last. Okay? Let's drop to a precept here. So the Lord has a very interesting sense of humor. Okay? Keep that in mind. Let's go down to the book of Numbers. I believe it's in the Numbers 24. Numbers 24, verse 20. I believe it is. Okay, let's go. Numbers 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek is one of the nations, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Okay? So the Bible says the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first, right? Numbers 24, verse 20 now. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Okay, this is the Lord's sense of humor. The Lord is showing you he's balanced. Okay, I form the light and create darkness. Okay, in case some people were wondering who's Amalek, let's go now to the book of Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 36. The Let's start at, in case you're wondering who Amalek is. Okay? Genesis verse 6, 36 verse 10. Okay, let's go up to, let's start at verse 9. Genesis 36 verse 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. I've done many lessons, okay? Continue. These are the names of Esau's sons. Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau. Ruel, the son of Bashmath, the wife of Esau. Verse 11, the son of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz. And verse 12, okay? Here's a point. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. So yes, Amalek, descendant of Esau, Edom, grandson. Okay, in case you were wondering who Esau is, the Lord is very fair. He's very balanced. He's righteous. You know, this Bible is about the story of the underdogs. Yes, we are the underdogs. 12 tribes of Israel, the Israelites. It's also a story, so-called to the world. We are the undesirables. Nobody counts us as anything. They don't care about us. They don't look at us for anything. We are always despised among all these nations. We are the lowly, the meek, of the script of the Bible. That's us. That's us, the Israelites. Let's go now to the book of 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians, let's go with 26. Let's go with all right. It says 1 Corinthians 1:26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. Yes, the Most High is not calling the rich of this world. They're not calling the celebrities. They're not calling the famous people of the world. He's using the lonely, the meek, the brokenhearted, the ones that the world sees as a reproach, as a proverb, as a byword. Those are the ones that the Lord is dealing with. YAHAWASHI himself, he slept on the Mount Olives. That was his home. He rode around on a donkey. Very, very lonely, very meek, very poor. That is who the Lord is dealing with. The Lord is not dealing with the rich of this society. It says, first, just drop down to 27. But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confine the wise. The wisdom of this world is foolishness. All the guys who have all these PhDs and all these letters behind their last name, that is foolishness to the Most High. It says, but the Most High have chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And YAHAWAH has chosen the weak things of this world to confine the things which are mighty. See, the Lord is balanced. That is his sense of humor. This is this movie. This is a script. Verse 28, and base things of the world. And the things, you see, base things are the lowest, base low, right? And the things which are despised, we are despised in all these nations. If you're being honest with yourself, look around in these places. We are always considered at the bottom, okay, of these societies. We're always the last to be hired. Last to be hired and first to be fired. Yes, correct. We are despised among these nations. I can't tell you the amount of times I step out of my house and I go places, and all these other nations, they're just looking at me without any words, without any interactions with disgust. It's like, it's a spirit. I can judge, I can read their spirits. They just would count the countenance on their face, very dark. They despise us, okay? It says, and base things of the world, and things which are despised, YAHAWAH have chosen, yea, the things which are not, and bring to naught things that are. Okay, so the Lord is balanced. This is what he's telling us. The Lord is balanced. They, like I said earlier, they look at us like we are counted to nothing in this world. Let's go down to the book of Deuteronomy. Go down with the 28th chapter. Deuteronomy 28. Let's go with verse 37. Deuteronomy 28:37. These are all part of the curses, what I just mentioned. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb. Okay? When the astonishment, they're looking at us like, what are you doing here? Like we're a reproach. They disgust by seeing us. A proverb. We're being called all kind of names. Every few years, it seems like our title is changed from African American, Negro, Latino, Native Indian, American Indian, Indigenous. The words keep changing. Every few weeks the word keeps changing, right? And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Okay, this is what we're saying. This is it. But the Lord is balanced. It says, the meek. Let's go down to the book of the Lord is balanced. This is His script. This is in the end. We appear to be the lonely, but the meek shall inherit this earth. Right? Let's go down now to the book of Matthew. Bear with me for 1 second. Just to show you, just reference it. So let's go. It says, actually, you know what? Let's go down. This is our Matthew. Let's go with Matthew 5, starting at verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, that is the reward. That's why we're working for that penny. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Right? YAHAWASHI is known as the comforter. When I read these scriptures, that's where I get my comfort. While all my friends in the world are worrying about getting a raise from their boss and all these, getting a new car and all these things of the world, no. I'm not even thinking about those things. I'm thinking about the kingdom, looking at the bigger picture, right? Verse 5, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Okay? Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. This is what the Lord is saying to us. Now that just jots me to another precept here that I'll go into. Let's go down to the book of let's see, give me 1 second here. Where am I looking for it here? Let's give me 1 second. Let's see. No, okay, 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second here. So it's going to the book of Ecclesiatiess, which is also Sirach. Let's go to Sirach 39. Let's see. Okay, because I quoted it. Sirach 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek after the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. Okay? Everything that's coming off the page today, you're seeing live. This article was just yesterday. Yes, no, earlier today, sorry, because Russia has 11 different time zones. This is just today, hot off the press. It says, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in the prophecies. Okay, let's go down to now that I mentioned that. So, Revelation 19, because it says, and be occupied in prophecies, right? Revelation 19, verse 10. This is John the Revelator trying to worship the angel. And I fell at Revelation 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of YAHAWASHI. Worship Yahweh. This is the point. For the testimony of YAHAWASHI is the spirit of prophecy. And this is what I just quoted, right? So this is where we have to be constantly understanding as a watchman for the house of Israel, constantly watching and understanding and reading and paying attention, because everything that's written right here, all these things with all these nations are fighting against nations, the war, the plagues, the pestilence, the Euphrates River drying up, all these things are in the Bible. They're all there, right? So this is why we have to be occupied in the scriptures, in the meditation of the law, right? Let's go down to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 29 and verse, I think 19, right? Isaiah 29 verse 19. The meek shall also increase their joy in the Most High, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Read that again. Isaiah 29 verse 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Most High, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Yes, this is for the Israelites, okay? This is for the Israelites, and this is what it is. The Lord is dealing with the meek, the poor, the lonely of this earth, you know? Because the meek shall inherit the kingdom. Who are the meek? The Israelites, okay? It's all about glorifying the name of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. It's all about exalting his name day in and day out. Day in and day out. Psalms, let's go now to the book of Psalms. Let's see, where do I want it? Psalms 147. Bear with me, the book of Psalms. Psalms 147. Let's go. Starting at verse, let's do Psalms 107 verse 6. Okay. Start off at verse 5. Great is our power. Great is our Lord, and of great power. His understanding is infinite. The Lord lifted up the meek, and he casted down the wicked down to the ground. You ask yourself, who's the wicked? Read what that article says. I'll get into that shortly. Okay, so now the Lord lifted up the meek. He casted down the wicked down to the ground. Right? You see, it may appear that all these so-called elites of this world are winning. But the Lord is about to switch the roles very, very soon. It says, the Lord lifted up the meek. He casted down the wicked down to the ground. You know, he's about to change. He's about to change this whole doctrine here. Let's go down to I did a lesson on this yesterday, but I just want to bring to a point here. Direct quote. Let's go down to the direct quote here. It says, from Kill Bates, 850 million people lack ID that prove their identity. As a result, they're shut out of a lot of services that could change their lives. When these devils preach to you about the people who are poor and underpowered, and malnourished, and all these things of the world, when these so-called rich people all of a sudden they care about the poor, that is a sign to run the other way. Okay? 850 million people lack ID that proves their identity. Says who? Okay? As a result, they're shut out of a lot of services that could change their lives. This is all traps. This is what he says. This is why I'm so excited about MOSIP. and open source technology that could dismantle barriers worldwide. Okay? They are all programming you and gearing you up and buttering you up for this MOTB system, for the digital system, because it's all about control. That's all it is. That's all about control. It is all he's doing right here. Let's go down to the book of all these guys with all this money and all the wickedness that they come up with day in and day out. It's just to control people. At the end of the day, depopulation and control. Let's go down to sorry, I was going to, one second. Bear with me for 1 second here. Yeah, so basically the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites, okay? He's dealing with the saints. This is in the kingdom. Book of Psalms. Let's go now with I think it's Psalms. Let's see. I think I have the wrong. 1 second here. Bear with me for 1 second here. Oh, here we go. Yes. Tawada YAHAWASHI. Okay, let's go from Psalms 149. Let's start off with let's start off with verse 4. Actually, you know what? Man. Okay, in the time, okay, yes, okay. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Talking about the elect now here. This is in the kingdom. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king, YAHAWASHI. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the tremble and the harp. For the Most High taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Okay? The elect this time we're talking about. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hands. You're going to ask yourself, why? Why would they have the saints have a two-edged sword? Let's go back to what this man just says right here. 850 million people lack ID that proves their identity. As a result, they are shut out of a lot of services that could change their lives. This is setting up for the digital system. This is all setting up for the Revelation 13:16, Revelation 13:17. This is all for the charagma, right? That rice grain that these guys want to plant inside of you. It is all biblical prophecy, though, eh? That they want to plant inside of you. So they're coming with all these. They said scriptures that their words are smoother than butter, smooth like butter. Roughly paraphrasing, they'll come to you very slick with all these words. But I'm saying to you, the Lord is about to change their roles. Okay, let's go back to where I was about to say. It says, verse 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Why, Lord, he asks, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people. Now here's a point. To bind their kings with chains. All these rich people of the world, all these elites are the kings of this earth. Okay? All the so-called Illuminatis, the hidden families, all the rich people, all the rich families, they are the kings of this earth. Okay? All the rulers, the Prince Charles, the Prince Andrews, all these people, they are the kings of this earth. Okay? To bind their kings with chains. You know what that means? Slavery. They will be the first crop of slaves in the kingdom. And their nobles with feathers of iron. You know, this is all slavery. You just go into the chains, shackles, chains means slavery. Okay? And to bind their nobles with feathers of iron. Yes, slavery. To execute upon them the judgment written. Yes, they cannot get out of it. All the riches that they have. That's why I quoted yesterday, even today, Revelation 6 verse 15. They're going to go into all their bunkers and their doomsday bunkers and whatever. But it says to execute upon them the judgment written. Okay? The Lord's word does not return void. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. Right. So we're going to be doing a role reversal. Right? They will be in shackles. Yes. We are still in our captivity, right? We're not sovereign yet. We are still under curses. We still have a birth certificate, driver's license, social insurance numbers. These things are all tied to the system. And this is why he can talk like that. He can tell you 850 million people lack ID that proves their identity. That's how he can talk so proudly and so arrogant. Right? It says which means that we are still locked up in the system. This is all roads lead to that charagma, right? We are in our final captivity. We've been in various captivities throughout, So this is why he speaks so proudly, because he wants everybody to have that rice grain implanted, so that they can tell you when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you do all these things. Let's go now to the book of because I quoted it, Lamentation. We've been in various captivities. This is not our first time around on this earth. We've been in various captivities. Lord's willing, I'll do a lesson very soon on reincarnation. Okay, Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Okay, that's the Israelites. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, okay? O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. Let that sink in for a second here. Let me read that again, but let me start back from verse 21 in case this is not referencing home for most of you. Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass unto thee. The cup represents slavery. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked, all their sins being uncovered. Okay, it is balanced. Okay, it is balanced. This is the cup is slavery. Yeah, all their sins and all the wickedness they have done will be uncovered. Verse 22 again. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. That is for the Israelites. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. We've been through various captivities, from the Babylonian to the Medo-Persian to the Greek to the Roman. We've been through various captivities. This is our last captivity. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay? So that is what I'm saying to you. It is balanced. Take it, whatever comes our way, we have to deal with it. We have to put our trust and faith in YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Not going to be easy. It will be a light affliction. The Lord says, the servant is not greater than the master. YAHAWASHI went through his hour of temptation as well. We also have to go through our hour of temptation. And this is why this man speaks so proudly, because that's what he wants to do. Now let's go to because he wants to this is what he wants to do. So let's go now to the book of Isaiah. This is why he speaks so proudly, right? Because the power is in their hands right now, or so they think. They have the earth was given to the hands of the wicked, so this is why they have that rulership. Okay, let's go now to the book of Isaiah. Beautiful chapter, by the way. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to start with verse. You know what? Okay, let's go to Isaiah 32 verse 4. It says, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge. This is us, okay? This is the man of the Lord's preaching to you the sweet gospel. The heart of the rash shall also understand knowledge. and the tongue of the stammers shall be ready to speak plainly. Okay, let's go. Isaiah 32 verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal. This is to your left right here. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity. See, this is what he's doing right here. He's telling you, this is why I'm so excited about the MOSIP and open source technology that could dismantle barriers worldwide. This is why he's speaking so like that, villainy, like a villain. Okay, and his heart will work iniquity. That's sin after sin. To practice hypocrisy, isn't that what we're reading right now? And to utter error against the Lord, and to make empty the soul of the hungry. This is us, the hungry. And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Most people are going to take in the world, a lot of these nations are going to take this chip. They're going to take this, all these things, because this man, they will feel there's no way out for them. And it's only for Israel. But it says the last part, to make empty the soul of the hungry. Okay? When there's lack of bread, people do a lot of crazy things that they wouldn't even think of doing, they will do because of this reason. Right? So now, this is what he's coming with, their form of the solution. He says 850 million people. Man. So now let's go to, so we're still here, sorry. So now let's break that down. This is how they're going to use that snare. A snare is a trap to entice the hungry through food and through water. Okay? And through drink. It says, to make the empty soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And this is why they're doing these things. Now let's go down to book of same Isaiah. Let's go down to now the 14th chapter. Isaiah 14 verse. These people are very proud and they're very arrogant, and this is how they speak, you know. But like I said earlier, the Lord is balanced. Right now it appears that we're losing, but I'm here to tell you, the elect will win. This movie script has been written. The end has already been declared for us. We just have to suffer patiently. So let's go down to the book of Isaiah 14:16. Isaiah 14 verse 16. We'll close out here. So all their devices will fail, says all in the scriptures. Isaiah 14:16. They that see thee shall never look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth tremble and did shake kingdoms? This man's background, well, what they show us anyways, is computers. Why is he the face of all these recent 2020, currently now, all the digital system, all the other serpent juice? This is what's going to happen. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Yes. Why is earth and ashes so proud? This is what's going to happen. Their sins are becoming, all the truth is being exposed. Their sin is becoming exposed. All their wickedness is being displayed. And this is what's going to happen in the end. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Flesh and bone. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Okay? Look at this guy. Flesh and bone. Like, you know, why is ashes so proud? You know, this is it. But anyhow, I'm going to close off here. The point has been made. Hope you've been edified. Hope you got something out of this. Until the next one, Abaratazah, Lord's willing. Shalom.